Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Love Story Uncensored. Please don't forget to subscribe so you can get notifications about upcoming shows. And I was gonna have a really spicy and special show for you guys tonight. I was gonna go and do the second part of the last video of why females are not that fresh. And I was gonna attack the guys tonight. I was gonna talk about guys that are not so good in bed. But I decided to switch a little bit and have this talk. So I want to name this show How Can You Achieve Happiness? And the reason why I changed and I decided to do this show instead is because I really feel like we just spend so much time trying to figure out where's our happiness, and we always trying to be happy, and we never get to happiness because we are not happy with ourselves. So I think the to achieve happiness, to be happy completely in your life, it starts with you becoming a better human being. We live in a world that nobody really cares about one another. We live in a world that it's easier for me to harm somebody than to help someone. And until we all don't work on ourselves, and until we don't realize what is important for us, we never going to be happy. Because if you have a house, you want a mansion. If you have a car, you want a truck. If you have a wife, you want a lover. And our life, we just spend wasting time in on searching on things that we always had. Happiness come with us when we come to this planet. We not just in this world because we decided to be in this world. People, we came to this world, we was placed here. And until you don't realize that if you don't change yourself, and until you don't change who you are, and until you don't change inside and it projects to the outside, you're not going to be happy, because happiness starts within you. And the reason why I decided to do this show and change it is because today something happened to me. I've been seeing a lot of people in the street. I live in Staten Island, New York, and I see a lot of people that are homeless. I see a lot of people that are on drugs. I see a lot of people that are in need of some type of help. And I know a lot of people are going to try to brush me off by saying, well, they can't help themselves. But we have to change as a society, people. We need to start naming them something. They are human beings. They're not drug addicts. They're not crack addicts. They're just human beings who are making the wrong choice. And a lot of times people don't make these choices because they want to. A lot of times we just quick to judge. It's easier for me to judge on something that I have no idea than actually to find a solution and trying to work at it, or even to try to get information on what the real problem is. In Staten Island alone, 3,000 teenagers are dying per month of overdose. And what a lot of us don't want to understand is that we're like, where are their parents? People, a lot of times, their parents are on drugs. A lot of time it was an adult who made the wrong decision, and now this kid is suffering because of it. And yes, you're talking about, well, he's a teenager already, or he's already 21. Well, before he was 21, before he was a teenager, the problem started way before, when it wasn't his fault. When it had nothing to do with this human being. He was just a child that had no idea why he was here. And this is what I'm talking about, changing us, who we are. We are the one hurting one another. We always want to find an excuse and blame somebody else or something else for our problems, or the problems that we create in our lives. And I think it starts from making the right decisions. We live in a society that if somebody's getting hurt, we decide to film this and put it on social media and get thousands of millions of likes and views. And that's what we've seen. And we live in a society that a teenager would do gun rape in a college, on a university, and it's recorded and put online. Yes, a lot of them get arrested and stuff like that, but this is the society that we're living in. The knockout game, those are the things that are getting promoted. Nobody's promoting everything that's positive. Nobody's promoting anything that's good for us. Very few people are doing it, and those people don't get anywhere. This must be probably, for a lot of people, the most boring video I ever made. But I'm not here to try to change your mentality. I am not here to try to change the way you live. I am not here to try to change anything about you. If I could only change one person, it's fine by me. One person's way of thinking, one person way of acting. We are the one out there getting hurt. Our families are getting hurt. We killing one another. We bashing one another. We abusing one another. We hating on ourselves. We hating on the people that love us. We hurting the people that love us, because what we promoting in this world is things that are not good for us, things that are negative. Nothing positive gets anywhere anymore, and I don't understand why. It's easier for me to make a video about anything else that's not important when we're talking about our lives. How is this not important? How is this not necessary to talk about? How is this not gonna get anywhere? How do we live in a world and we are happy with everything that we see going on around us and not realize, stopping for 1 second and saying, oh my gosh, if I could only change me, if I could only change the way I think, the way I act, the way I react towards things. If I could only care about myself. Because if I could change anything that's going on out there, that's going to benefit me. If I'm going to have a better community, a better neighbor, a better friend, a better lover. Because the society that we live in, that we clap about things that are not necessary. We applaud men leaving their kids behind to go out with a young lady. And that's the man because he had 3-4 girls. When as a man you took that responsibility upon yourself, nobody told you to go have that family. Nobody told you to go have those kids. Nobody forced you into the decisions you made up for yourself. And therefore you're part of our community and you're part of our planet. And yes, somehow it's affecting me. And I don't care how many people don't think this is positive, but unfortunately this is a reality. This is what we're struggling with. This is what we're dealing with. So how am I going to go and talk about anything else when I don't talk about the things that we're hurting ourselves? We're hurting our kids. There's kids having kids out there with no guiding whatsoever, nobody guiding them into anything. Because all we're promoting is promiscuity and things that are not necessary, things that are nasty, things that are not going to get us anywhere. And we judge one another and we point fingers instead of helping. I don't know how we're gonna expect to have a better planet in at least 20 years from us. And I know a lot of people may say, well, in 20 years I may not even be here, but your kids will be. But your mother maybe will be, but your sisters will be. And if you're one of those people who say F everything because I don't care about anything and I may not have no family, then what about you? And even if you don't care about you, so why should you damage it for everybody else? And when are we going to start realizing what we're doing and how much we're harming ourselves? And how lonely we live in a very lonely lifestyle because we chose to. And I'm not blaming cell phones or anything like that, but just think about how many people are depressed, how many people are killing themselves, committing suicide, getting into empty relationship. This is why I decided to promote something that no one else is promoting, that nobody else is talking about. And it's to encourage you to have a fully happy relationship with the person that you already have in your life. Somebody who already had love for you. Somebody who already cares about you. Not just go have sex with somebody that you just met yesterday, and you're leaving your loved one behind, and you don't want to work on something that's already yours, so you rather quit, and you don't care how many years was in that relationship, and you do not care how many kids are getting hurt, because we're very selfish with ourselves. We are very selfish about everything that surrounds us, because we want everything for us, because it's better for me to be happy and have everything, and I don't care if you don't have anything for you, because I'm better than you, because that makes me more powerful, because I live in a better house than you, because I have more money than you, because I could buy my kids something better, because it's easier to show off about things that you have that are material that we don't take with us, because we don't take it. We leave everything behind. We came to this planet with nothing, and guess what? This is what we take, nothing. And it's a reason why we take nothing. So why are we so attached to things that are not important? Why do you hate your neighbor so much? Why do you hate that coworker that doesn't dress like you, or doesn't act like you? And why? And this is the reason why people are killing, senseless killing, and senseless violence. And if you say excuse me to somebody in the street, you may get punched in the face. Just how? But this is the society that we live on, people, and this is what we created. Because if we're gonna start pointing fingers, and then we really need a mirror, because we need to reflect ourselves and realize who did all of that. We did. All of us. Somehow we are contributing to this world to go down even more and more with the hate, and we concentrate on what all the people are saying and what all the people are doing, and we concentrate so much on what all the people's behaviors is. Have you analyzed what your behavior is? Have you analyzed what you have done? Have you have realized how many people of your own people that you love you have hurt? Because you want to live your life just selfishly for you. And we are placed on this planet together for a reason. And I'm not telling you to get along with everybody. But if you dislike someone, or if you have issues with someone, why not ignore it? What take that personal? Why are all most popular videos on the internet are teenagers smashing themselves down? People, what are we doing? And we are recording these things. And we are putting it on social media so all the people can see and copy and do it. How many hundreds of thousands of videos are about teenagers hurting themselves? That's somebody's kid. That's somebody's sister. That's somebody's family member. What are we doing? Where are we going to get? Because I do have some nieces and nephews on this planet that I do wish that they can make it places, and I want them to drink, but I don't want them to get shot in the corner. And what are we doing? And why we keep blaming all the people for things that we should just change you and don't worry about anybody else. Change you. I know a lot of people probably gonna say why I'm saying this. I used to be an angry person. I used to be a violent person, I guess, because I wouldn't fight in every corner, but I will have that attitude. And Jesus changed me. God changed me. Because one day I just started to realize if I could only change me. Because I didn't want to be that person anymore, because I started seeing other people just like me, and I was the one criticizing them and saying, I don't like the way this person acts. But then again, if you don't realize that you're acting the same way, how are you going to change? And this is why God said, don't point fingers at nobody, just point at yourself. And this is exactly the way that you have to interpret that book, because it speaks clearly. He was not talking about the other person, it was talking about you. As long as you could change you. Because if I could change me, and you could change you, and somebody else, and I keep on changing, and I keep looking at people as human, and I start analyzing that we are humans, and this is what we do to live in this planet. We try to get along. We try to give love to the people that gives us love. There's hundreds of videos of kids hitting their mother, and this is on social media. Abuse in every type of way. People talking about each other in a disgusting way. And it's okay, and some things are funny. But a lot of them aren't. And if I don't really continue to do what I came here to do, I'm going to fail as a person. So yes, I'm going to continue to give my topics and to give my show to you guys and everything. I will continue to encourage you to do all the stuff that you want to do, but do it with a person that's already with you. And if you don't want to be with this person, just walk away and start another relationship. Don't create a chaos in your life and a mess in your life and then complain about why things don't go right. Because if you don't end this relationship and start another one, and you just get to those two females to fight for you, and it could go wrong, and a lot of times go wrong. And this older lady kills this older lady and goes to jail and leaves her kids alone because of a decision you made. And there's our kids in foster homes because parents are not taking responsibilities. And we're in 2017, and there's all kinds of ways to prevent pregnancy. And I don't want to hear absolutely nothing about anybody telling me that it's the male or the female's fault. This is not about who fault is it, who gets. I mean, the male gets the female pregnant. Everybody knows that. So I think the male should know exactly what he's doing. I'm not telling you not to go do what you do, but why do you have to leave a child behind? Why do you have to leave that young lady pregnant and they're talking about it's not yours? It's not about you or her anymore. This is the third person that didn't ask to be here and is here now. Now, what is that? Go explain it to that child. Because if you can explain it to a child, then it's fine by me. But go explain it to that kid. Why are you, mommy and daddy, arguing in front of them? And instead of you being a grown-ass woman and raising your kid, if you have to by yourself, you'll be here feeding this child a lot of hate. Telling him that his daddy's a deadbeat and stuff. This is your decision. You decided to go out with a deadbeat. Don't put that in that kid's mind. Don't tell him I hate your father and this and that, he's a loser and all that, because you just dirtying that kid's mind and it turns out to be a hateful human. Do what you gotta do because you as an adult be responsible for you and you already took that up on your own. You slept with that guy and he got you pregnant. Both of you are responsible. But don't raise that child with that hate. Because that child is going to grow up to be an adult and realize in himself. But give love. That way that child could give love back to the community, to the planet. And we are different. And that child doesn't grow up. And then when the time gets, this time's for everything in life. The same way you learn the good things. And you fall in love and you grow up and you get married and all of that. Sorry guys, you find the solutions and you do the things that you have to do in life and you evolve. So the same way, let that person be innocent as long as he can, and all that hate don't be put up on his heart. And eventually, just eventually, that person will catch up and realize what's in front of him, and he's gonna understand a lot of things. But don't do that. Let's just love one another. And if you're having problems with your girl and you guys are sharing custody of your child, don't be driving around and telling this kid while you're driving and you're telling this kid how bad his mother is and this is why your mother this. And don't be giving your kids child support or arguing about money and stuff like that. All of these things, and you're a loser and you never bought Pampers. The kids don't need to know where the Pampers come from, lady. Don't tell your daddy to give you money. Why? You hurting this human. This you love your child so much you don't realize what you putting in his heart and his mind. And this kid's gonna go to sleep thinking about, well, my mom and my dad hate each other. So if mom and dad hate each other, who am I gonna love? Do they even really love me? Because when they talk about one another, I mean, come on. What are we doing? Let's change ourselves. That's all I want to say. I'm going to let you guys go today. Tomorrow I'm going to have a lot of good stuff going on for you guys, I promise. But I just needed to let this out. I just needed to really let you guys know why I'm here. A lot of people don't know. Yes, as a relationship coach, I'm trying to coach people to be together, to realize there's a lot of diseases out there, to realize that you can do all your nasty stuff with your partner and enjoy one another. People embrace one another. That's why you was not placed in that relationship for 10 years to struggle and do all of that. God doesn't give us things to struggle. We are the one who create the drama and the struggle. So I just wanted to remind you guys that I am giving away a $500 dinner for two. Is gonna be announced on Facebook and on YouTube. I promise I'll put it here too. But it's for my first 100 followers. You have to subscribe, and then from there I'm gonna get, and you're not gonna go alone. I'm trying to match two people who are compatible. I will screen you guys and find out, but please be professional. Be single but ready to be in a relationship. This is not a game. I don't want to play with anybody's feelings. I want to set to people that are single because they're waiting for the right person, and that's why they're single. You guys are going to meet me. I'm going to coach you guys for a little while as a gift, just to make sure the relationship goes well. And hopefully, if you guys get married or whatever goes well, we're going to continue to follow up on that. But for my 500 followers, I have my first 500 followers of 500 down. I got retainers, just in case you guys wonder why I talk so funny. I'm so sorry. Couple more years with this, but it's a $500 dinner for two. I will match you up with somebody, and it's a really nice restaurant with Manhattan View, only for people in the U.S. unfortunately. And I'll talk to you guys in the next show. Thank you very much. God bless you guys, and remember, stay safe. Love yourself, people. Love yourself, because if you can love yourself, you can love someone else. If you realize how important you are for yourself, you will definitely take someone else with the same love and the same effort that you could take yourself. Wish beautiful things for yourself daily. You are a beautiful human. You are a beautiful human being. And that's why you got to continue to live a beautiful life. Don't make yourself miserable for no reason, sad for no reason. Don't. Embrace yourself every single day. If you are sad for one, you have a million ones to be happy about, people. A million. A million. Yesterday I was so sick, but I am grateful that I was sick. You know why? Because I'm better today. And the only way I knew I was going to get better is because I needed to go through being sick. We have to go through our problems. It's how you take your problems. It's what you let your problems do to you. Don't let your problems take over your life. It's your life. You control everything that goes around your life, including your problems. Your problems go at the same pace you allow them to go. Whether you worry or don't, problems are going to be the same. So take it with a cool head, relax, and try to just go through it. Don't feel like you're drowning, because you're not drowning. You will never drown, because your brain is so smart that it will always provide you with ways of getting out of it. And that comes from God. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next show. And remember, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.